The reading for December 21st is John chapter 1, verses 1 through 15. In the beginning was the Word, and the Word was with God, and the Word was God. He was in the beginning with God. All things were made through him, and without him was not anything made that was made. In him was life, and the life was the light of men. The light shines in the darkness, and the darkness has not overcome it. There was a man sent from God whose name was John. He came as a witness to bear witness about the light, that all might believe through him. He was not the light, but he came to bear witness about the light. The true light, which enlightens everyone, was coming into the world. He was in the world, and the world was made through him. Yet the world did not know him. He came to his own, and his own people did not receive him. But to all who did receive him, who believed in his name, he gave the right to become children of God, who were born not of blood, but nor of the will of the flesh, nor of the will of man, but of God. And the Word became flesh and dwelt among us, and we who have seen his glory, glory as of the only Son from the Father, full of grace and truth. John bore witness about him and cried out, "This was he of whom I said, 'He who comes after me ranks before me, because he was before me.' And from his fullness we have received grace upon grace, for the law was given through Moses. Grace and truth came through Jesus Christ." Here we see John open up his gospel, and again, John is known for not having a nativity beginning to his gospel. We find that in Matthew with the Magi. We find that in Luke with all of the traditional stories that we find. But John actually does have a nativity, a beginning to his gospel, and he goes back before Christmas Day. He goes back to, in the beginning was the Word was with God, and the Word was God. What we learn about the identity of Christ from this, as he is named there later, is that Christ was both with the Father and was God jointly with him. It gives us distinction and unity. God is one. There is one God, and yet the Father and the Son, the Word and the Father are different. They have distinction. Two persons, one God. In here, what we learn is that John was sent to bear witness, to talk about, to point towards Jesus Christ. And that when he came, this was again something greater than all of the old covenant, right? The law was given through Moses, but grace and truth have come through Jesus Christ. Even the grace that was in the Old Testament was there because of the foundation of Christ, and was there because Christ would do what he would do and was who he was. It's amazing that John says, "He precedes me." Do you remember the story of Elizabeth being told by Mary that she was going to be with child, and the angel had visited her, and Elizabeth was 6 months pregnant with John? If you were to be literal, John came first, before Jesus, and yet John realizes, I'm not talking just about his human nature. Jesus was before all that. He is the Ancient of Days. He is God himself. He precedes me, and that is why I'm not worthy to untie his sandal. Christmas is a time in which we recognize that the one who came was no mere man, but in fact, God himself. The Word became flesh and dwelt among us, and the Word was God.